What's going on, everybody? It's your boy JP, back again with another video. And today, I have the all-new Motorola Edge 2021. And, man, I am liking this phone a lot more than I thought I would. I already thought I was going to like it, but not this much. And I have to say, I have a little disclosure I got to get out here as well. I actually got it pretty early. I got it pretty early. It was sent to me. It was something that I was actually going to buy on its release date on September 2nd, which I think is next Thursday, if I'm not mistaken. Today is August. Today is August 27th. Yeah, today's August 27th. And yeah. This phone is due on September 2nd, which again, if I'm not mistaken, is next Thursday. But so that's almost a week away because it's Friday for me. And I unexpectedly got it early. I got a notification about it yesterday, and I was excited. I couldn't wait. I mean, heck, right off the bat, if there's anything I am disappointed about, it's that it didn't come with a clear TPU case. I thought for sure it would. The Edge S did, and realized that was the Chinese version of the Moto G100. But when the Moto G100 came out in the U.S. Last month, or the month before, I can't quite remember. I think it was last month. It came with the clear TPU. This didn't. I was really kind of expecting it to. And when I go online to try to order one, they're very few and far between. Your little gel cases are almost non-existent because the phone's not even out yet. There's you have there are some cases, but they're none that I like. I hate those ones where they have the built-in screen protector that goes over the phone because they're just so hard to remove whenever you need to take the phone out. For things like what I do, taking the SIM out and putting it in different phones like I do very often, especially for videos like these, because I do use all of these phones. But anyways, that's really the only thing I could think of that, and that's like, that has nothing to do with the phone. That's just like the unboxing experience, if you will. I mean, there's nothing in here, but there's a few surprises with this phone. There really is. Get a look at that nebula blue right there. It's absolutely beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. It kind of has that Samsung Glastic design. It is plastic, but it doesn't look or feel it. It does kind of sound like it if it does kind of sound like plastic when you click on it with your fingernail. I forgot what phone it was. I did one time where I clicked on it with my fingernail and it really did not feel like glass. Like plastic. It felt like glass. It was just really surprising. But it's definitely plastic, but it is a really nice plastic, and as also talked about many times. Heck, I think either Flossie Carter or even MKBHD, even he may have even been the one to say it, but someone had said not too long ago that this whole glass-like plastic design is really kind of becoming the way to go, even for flagships. Just because they're more durable. You can still do wireless charging with it. It doesn't have to be glass for wireless charging. It just can't be metal. Of course, the Pixel 5 made it happen. They did something completely out of the ordinary last year. That no one else did. That no one else is still not doing. And speaking of which, I actually put this phone in front of a line. I have had the OnePlus Nord 2 for about 3 weeks now. I have had the Pogo X3 GT for another couple of weeks. I got that shortly after the Nord 2. I think I said into a minute ago, but I meant the OnePlus Nord 2 with the Dimensity 1200 AI. I had that 3 weeks, and then for 2 weeks now, I've had the Pogo X3 GT, and I also do have the Pixel 5a. I also have to go and pick up today the blue, the blue G91 Pro. But I was so surprised that I got this early. I just was not expecting it, that I just had to put this out because I don't see any other unboxing videos. All the unboxing videos I see are for the overseas versions like the Edge 20. Which this is definitely based on. You can tell just by looking at it, but there are some differences. This is powered by the Snapdragon, the all-new Snapdragon 778G. It has 8 gigs of RAM, 256 gigs of internal memory, no expansion. That was another thing that kind of surprised me at first during the reveal. I'm so used to Motorola's having it. The G100 did, with the Snapdragon 870. But they do give you 256 gigs of internal memory instead of the normal 128 that most people, kind of give you with phones in this price range without, expandable memory. So I'm not mad. 256, that's great. That's fantastic. Back to the RAM right quick. 8 gigs, more than enough. Even for a Snapdragon 888, and then of course this doesn't have that, or the 870. It has the 778G, and just for the just to get that, I'm kind of jumping back and forth here to get that out of the way. There are subtle differences before anybody argues with me and hits and kind of blows up the comments. There are subtle differences, yes, but the 778G is just a slight toned down version of the 780G, all for the sake of the chip shortage. That's it. When Qualcomm announced the 778G, that's what everyone said. It's just for the sake of the chip shortage. That's there's something in the 780G that's being affected by the chip shortage that they were able to get around with the 778G. Hence its introduction. That's it. It is 6 nanometers instead of 5 nanometers. Which is a little odd because the 765 and 765G from last year, this phone's predecessor, the Motorola Edge, that was actually a 5 nanometer chipset, but this is still proven to be more efficient. It has an Adreno 642, I think, graphics chip, which is just astounding. And it's the same graphics chip that's found in the Snapdragon 780G, except it has the L after it, kind of like the 690 did when compared to the 750G. It has the, that had the 619L Adreno instead of the 619. This has the Adreno 642L instead of just 642. And of course, I'm sure that L stands for low powered or, less power, something, whatever, what have you. But other than that, you're getting the 780G, fantastic chipset. This thing, it gets higher benchmarks than the Snapdragon 860. Speaking about the Snapdragon 860, this has 5G. The Snapdragon 860 does not. Y'all remember that's a chipset that Qualcomm and Xiaomi introduced together with the Poco X3 Pro, not to be confused with the X3 GT that I will be reviewing. I'll be doing an overview on soon. That I've had for a couple weeks, as I said a minute ago. That actually has the Dimensity 1100. With 5G, but this right here is considering the Snapdragon 860 was released this year, right after the 870, and this phone benchmarks between those, and it has 5G, which the 860 does not. This phone is, flagship territory, like it or not. It may not be a Snapdragon 800 series chipset, but this isn't just your run-of-the-mill 700 series chipset. They didn't just put the 765 back in here like Google did with the Pixel 5a this year. That phone just, I just received mine yesterday. That phone's new. They practically came out at the same time. There's just a lot of things going for this phone. I can't stress that enough. The 778G, 780G, they are not just your average 700 series chipsets. And I'm not just saying that because they're the newest ones of the series. They are, they're based on the same, Cairo CPU architecture, that Qualcomm has built the Snapdragon 888 on, which is newer than the architecture that the 870 is based on, despite also being a chipset made for 2021, because that's actually based on the architecture from last year's 865 Plus, in 865. It's the I can't remember. I think it's like the Cairo 670 or something like that for the architecture, but it's Cortex A78 and not A77. So I mean it's again it's sorry for the stuttering, but it's more future-proofed, not only than the 860 because it has 5G, but also even the 870 because of the architecture it uses. It's not going to beat the 870 in benchmarks, but it actually does get close. It scores in the mid to high 500,000 Antutu benchmark, which is my preferred benchmark. It's a lot of people's preferred benchmark. It's definitely my favorite, obviously. I mean, those numbers are last year flagship numbers, if not more. I mean, I think that's pretty respectable, more than respectable. I mean, respectable is what the Snapdragon 765 still gets out of the Pixel 5a. Now, the RAM. Let's talk about the RAM right quick. You have 8 gigs of RAM. What I was not expecting this phone to have, because Xiaomi's doing it, ZTE's doing it, Realme is doing it. What really caught me off guard with this phone is that it has that RAM boost feature, where it's able to use internal storage for more RAM. Check it out. Let me get there right quick here. Where is it here? Oh, I just see right there. RAM boost. Device memory 8, RAM boost 2. It only gives you an option of 2. You can't select more like you could on Realme. Xiaomi doesn't let you do that yet either. They only add 2. I have that on the Pogo X3 GT. Realme actually gives you up to 5. You can choose, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 2, 3, and 5, or something like that. I had that on that Realme GT. Of course, ZTE offers even more than that, which I'll show you when the Axon 30 is officially released in the U.S. What is that? September 9th. I will be getting that. I don't know if it'll be on September 9th. I'll have it. Maybe I'll get it a little early like this. Maybe I'll get it afterwards. I'm not sure. But when I get it, I'll have a video. But I just had to show you those things. Other than that, the other new feature is the Ready For right here. The G100 has that, or the Edge S if we're talking about the Chinese variant, the one that I actually did a video on back in February or March. And I didn't really have a chance to really talk about it much. But what I didn't like about that, they fixed on here. This has wireless Ready For, not just wired Ready For. And Ready For is just Motorola's version of Samsung's DeX. And it works really well. This actually is more like a Windows PC than even DeX. DeX kind of has that Linux feel. This actually has that Windows feel, which I like. And it features wireless. I'm going to be testing it out here shortly. I just got this phone not too long ago. Again, this is just my overview. Y'all know I don't really too much do reviews. I do that right out of the box experience without actually doing an unboxing. I probably should have, because the reason why I don't do them is because there's always so many unboxings already when I'm unboxing mine. Even when I do get it early, there's already people that have it earlier, other reviewers. But obviously, I'm the first with this so far, and I'm loving that. But this phone has been fantastic. I'm gonna let you check over that right quick there. Of course, I don't want location. Well, I'll look into that later, see what that's about there. Probably needs me to do that. But yeah, the RAM boost, man, that really caught me off guard. They did not advertise that at all. It is an LCD, unfortunately, unlike the overseas variant of this phone, the Edge 20, which has the same processor, same RAM, it's even designed the same camera placement and everything. But this has a 144 hertz refresh rate. I don't think the AMOLED one from overseas does. It may, so don't hold me to that. It may only be 120, and yes, I realize there's not a big difference between 120 and 144. I know a lot of people are going to say, well, you know what, for the sake of having an AMOLED, I would have rathered 120 instead of 144. And I get that. But this is one of the best, if not the best LCD screen I've ever laid eyes on. Again, I realize I've been saying that a lot lately, especially this year. These LCDs keep getting better and better and better and better, and Motorola has had a lot to do with that. A lot of these phones that I keep saying that about are Motorola phones. But even OnePlus's mid-range phones with LCDs, they're Nord, N100, then the N10, and then the N200. Those screens were better and better and better. Motorola's doing that too. The Stylus 5G had a great screen. It was even better than the Stylus 2021, and then it just got better from there. The G100 was better, and then now this is better than the G100 screen. And of course that was only 90 hertz. This is 144 hertz, and again that leaves you that makes you question. Okay, is the Snapdragon 870 better than the 778G? I mean, because the Moto G100 with the Snapdragon 870, has a refresh rate of 90 hertz. This is 144 with the Snapdragon 778G, not 120, but 144. I mean, they pulled one out of the gaming phone market. They pulled one out of Asus's hat, out of Red Magic's hat. For the Red Magic, the Red Magic 5G and 5S from last year, and the ROG Phone 3, and 3, series from last year. The ROG Phone 5 even this year is still didn't go higher than 144. Red Magic did, or Nubia rather, they did. They took it up even higher to 165 hertz. But everyone else just kind of stuck at 144. If they were already there, they didn't go any higher, like Asus. But you already know what you're getting with Motorola. Other than that, stock Android, basically stockish Android, I should say, for those purists that are gonna really get on to me. Because this does have Motorola's customizations, but they're customizations that everyone seems to love, just like with OnePlus's Oxygen OS. It has your Moto display, your other Moto actions. They're not gimmicky. They add to the stock experience that everyone loves from the Pixel phones. And it's very close to it, and they just kind of add on top of it. This is the way that Google meant it, of course, and Motorola adds its own flair, just as OnePlus does with Oxygen. I can't ever really tell you which one I prefer, because I really like them both. I'll tell you it's Motorola today. Tomorrow I may tell you I like Oxygen OS, more. But it's just really, really, really nice. Very fluid. I have it set to 144. It comes out of the box on auto, but which I think is just fantastic. Not the 144 rate, I think, is fantastic. The fact that it comes in auto mode out of the box is I guess I see why they do it. I guess I see why with the they want you to, they want to maximize the battery life as much as possible. But you can set, I'm just trying to find the setting here to kind of show y'all right here. You see display refresh rate there. You see how it says auto, 60 hertz, 144. It comes in auto. But you notice that's the bummer. That's the thing I was talking about. I kept stuttering. I was distracted there too, y'all. So sorry about that. Bear with me. That wasn't on purpose there. I kind of have a couple of things going on in the background. I'm trying to direct with my hands here. But, a lot of phones with higher refresh rates, they do typically, if they have an auto mode, that's typically what they're set on out of the box. And you have to kind of go in there manually and set it to what you really want it on. Obviously, I want it on 144. But this, you notice how it was set on auto by default, but auto doesn't even go to 144. It goes to 120. So I thought that was kind of odd. It doesn't fluctuate between 60 or 144. But then again, the more I talk about it, the more it's really not so bad, because look, there's no option between 60 and 144. There's no 90. There's no 120. The auto kind of gives you that option, at least for 120. And it may do 90 because it just says up to. So the more I think about it, that's actually not bad, actually. That's actually not bad that it that it doesn't go, that auto doesn't go to 144, and that its max is 120. Again, I shouldn't have been so surprised that it was set to that on default. I had something going on in the background, so I couldn't really get my words straight. But you know, because everyone, when they have an auto option, that's kind of what it's always set on out of the box anyway. So no surprise there. And of course, you're not going to catch on the screen, so I can flick this and flick that and drop this and drop down that, you know, etc. And it's not going to do any good. You're not going to really see it on camera. Well, actually, you, know, you kind of can. Look how snappy that was. I mean, that's, you know, snappy as heck. The fingerprint sensor is on the it's side mounted with the volume rocker. Got your camera modules, and people have actually been raving about the camera on this here. They said it is really good for the price point and for you know, the type of phone you're getting. As your micro SD card slot, or not micro SD, I'm sorry, this doesn't have expandable memory. That's your SIM slot. Type C, your speaker. It's mono, unfortunately, not, you know, I think last year it was stereo. I could be wrong about that. But it does have a 100 and I can't even think of the megapixel count. 108 megapixel camera. Yep, yeah, 108 for your main sensor, and it does a thing called dual selfie as well, which is really interesting because unlike the Moto G100 as well as the Motorola One 5G from last year, this does not have dual selfie. It only has a single selfie. That's something that OnePlus did. The original Nord had 2 selfies. The Nord 2 has 1, but it takes better shots. But it doesn't do nothing like what this phone does with the dual selfie. It has a huge range, a huge angle. It's you know, and you wouldn't know that just by looking at the sensor. But if you go and you watch the reviews of a lot of your YouTubers that got the opportunity to check this phone out at the Yankee Stadium when it was announced last week, they all talked about what a great camera it is for the price. And honestly, for $500, it's unbeatable. I know a lot of people are going to be at edge for the no pun intended. They're going to be on edge for the LCD versus the OLED, which I completely understand. I get that. For me, it's a win. I am an OLED fan, but you still get the always-on display, and it still only sips the battery on this phone. You get 144 hertz, which is just, let's face it, that's unheard of. And with the RAM boost, you technically are getting 10 gigs, and that's pretty sweet. You also get 30-watt charge, and it's out of the box. That's what that 30 means right there. You can tell also because it takes it has a USB Type-C plug on the charger, not just the phone. So that means that obviously the plug is going to be Type-C to Type-C, not Type-A to Type-C. You know, just standard cable. Nothing fancy there to look at. But yeah, I think my only gripe was that it didn't have a clear TPU, a gel case, like I was really expecting it to. But you know, yeah, not everyone includes that. Samsung did start it to with the Galaxy S20, but then when the S21 came out, they stopped. Go figure. They did it for one Galaxy S, and that was it. But that Nebula Blue is definitely a stunner. It's a beautiful phone. It looks and feels very premium. Don't let the plastic fool you. It is Gorilla. No one has actually stated that it is Gorilla Glass, but I'm sure that it is a type of tempered glass. I'm hoping it's something better than Dragon Trail or whatever. And I might be wrong about that. Maybe someone did, you know, maybe it was stated that it was Gorilla Glass. I'm not entirely sure. I don't have the specs in front of me. Like I said, I got this phone early. I was just really excited to show it off. Just again, for the specs for 500, you can't beat it. I mean, it outperforms the 860, you know, an 860 powered Snapdragon, you know, powered phone. I didn't mean to mangle that up there a little bit. You know, it's almost on par with an 870, you know, and then again, compared to the 860, you are getting 5G. You know, you're getting that 6 nanometer versus that 7. Granted, you know, and that goes for actually both of those, because the Snapdragon 870 and the 860 are 7 nanometer chipsets. This is 6 nanometer. You know, and I'm sure it's an advanced one at that, seeing how it's, you know, it's kind of based on a 5 nanometer chipset to begin with. You know, and it has the Cortex A78s to match. The RAM boost is just really awesome, I think. I'm excited for that. The Ready 4, which is the desktop, It's no longer just wired; it's wireless, like Dex. And of course, Dex didn't start off wireless either. It was like not until the third generation that they introduced it with wireless capabilities. Um, but yeah, I mean, there's really nothing in the box special. No, nothing fancy here. Just kind of touch on the box here, 5G and ready for capable. But yeah, there you have it, y'all. This is the Motorola Edge 2021. I mean, I can't really say enough good things about this phone. It's great. The 500 is supposedly an introductory price. It's supposed to go up to 700. Do I think Motorola will go up to 700? Honestly, I don't. I wouldn't. 700, you're kind of pushing it, even with the 144 refresh rate. Even though there's still $700 phones that don't have that high of a refresh rate, they still have AMOLED screens with 120 hertz, and that's a lot of people's preferences there. I've said many times that was my preference, and at that price, I think it kind of still is. But there's no denying that for 500, this phone is a go. I mean, it is a major go. I'm not to sound like Flossie Carter there. Major go. It has that stock experience like you're gonna get with the Pixel 5a. It has a chipset that many people I'm sure were actually probably hoping that the Pixel 5a would have. You get that here. Is the camera, as much as people raving about it right now, is it going to be as good as the Pixel 5a? Probably not, because you're not getting the Google software. But time will tell. Of course, maybe there'll be a lot more reviews, I'm sure, comparing the two. And who knows? Maybe Motorola, will. I mean, they've already surprised many with the camera on this phone already, anyways. But who knows? We'll have to just kind of wait and see. But anyways, y'all check me out in my next videos, and y'all hit me up in the comments. I hope y'all I wouldn't say enjoy. I know I've dragged this out, but I hope that y'all have at least liked a little bit of this overview, this first view. I know there's not many out yet for this phone, so I hope y'all enjoy it, and I'll check y'all out in the next one. Peace out.